Candace Owens did the whole Bride of Charlie thing. She has many episodes about Erika Kirk, but a lot of information is coming to the forefront about this woman, mostly concerning if she's being honest about her past. Like, so much of Erika Kirk's past is turning out to just be not true, like literally made up. She talked all about like her companies, but none of them really ever made money. She spent a lot of time in Romania, but she was involved in some churches and some organizations in Romania that came under fire for a lot of abuse and other horrific crimes. There's a lot of lawsuits floating around from the Harvest Church, that place she spoke at during that little 𝗙PUSA tour recently. But now they're finding that she was lying about her college too. Erika Kirk claims she got a political science and international relations degree from Arizona State with summa cum laude honors. Okay, summa cum laude, that's big, right? That means, you know, she's up there, the top dog, boss. It was on her LinkedIn. Then Candace and some of these other content creators started looking at the dates that she was enrolled in these colleges and started looking how they were overlapping. And they discovered that, well, there's a number of problems with this. This guy said 2012 spring commencement program does not list Erika 𝗙𝗪𝗏 among those graduating summa cum laude, magna cum laude, or cum laude. So they went back and looked at her 2012 commencement, and there was no mention of Erika 𝗙𝗪𝗏. That's her maiden name. Any of the decorated cum laudes, okay? And they're like, man, I think she's lying. And then look at what Candace Owens said. Happy hunting. And she took a page, a journal page of Erika 𝗙𝗪𝗏 that like has a whole bunch of colleges. But then you start noticing that some of these dates overlap. Like you have Arizona State from 8 to 12 of 09, but you also have Regis University from 8 to 12 of 09. And right? And you have Pepperdine from 8 to 12 of 2009. You have, right? So you start having a bunch of dates that are overlapping when supposedly she's going to Regis, to Pepperdine, and to Arizona State University all at the same time. And like, guys, that's just not happening. And so they started putting two and two together, and everybody is rolling through. So now we're discovering that Erika 𝗙𝗪𝗏 was lying apparently about college dates and college programs she was in, about the level of, you know, academic success that she was graduating with. But then it goes deeper, because when she said she graduated, Arizona State University didn't even offer a degree in poli-sci and international relations. So not only was she lying about being cum laude and lying about, you know, potentially lying about some of these dates, there wasn't even an international relations degree at ASU in those dates that she supposedly graduated. So now we're finding out that she's lying about the existence of this fucking degree. Does she even have this degree? We don't know. Now it gets crazier though, because she's been lying about her boyfriends. She said that she didn't, you know, she had not been in any relationships before Charlie, but then you look back and you find out she was always in a relationship. And including right before Charlie, she dated one of his friends. She was in a relationship with one of Charlie Kirk's pretty good friends right before she dated Charlie Kirk. A job interview that turned into a dinner date that turned into a marriage, which also was pretty weird that she got sent in for this job interview that then she like parlayed into marrying the guy. And right before she did that, she had been dating one of his friends. And then after he died, that friend that she had dated previously finished up the college tour, which is also bizarre. Dude, this is like shady. She said she didn't date anyone for 5 years before she met Charlie. But she literally was dating 𝗙ecie𝗶𝗏𝗶𝗹𝗀, the Daily Wire producer, and one of Charlie's friends. She was dating him a year before. And she had a pretty, significant relationship with that guy. And then 𝗙ecie𝗶𝗏𝗏𝗡 went on to finish those tours. After Charlie died, he went on 𝗙PUSA tour dates. Here he is. Look at this. This was 16 days after Charlie Kirk was murdered. 𝗙cie𝗶𝗏𝗡 says, "No assassin, no evil, and no intimidation can kill a revival. We will not cower. I'm proud to be back on campus with 𝗙PUSA. Have never felt such energy from students before. The movement has just begun. For Charlie." So there's 𝗙cie𝗶𝗏𝗡. I mean, this is not exactly a standing room only crowd, dude. There's 50 people here. It's not the biggest revival, but so 𝗙cie𝗶𝗏𝗡 here is going on this college tour 16 days after Charlie is dead. And this is who Erika dated right before she got in her little arranged tryst. HONEYPOT of honeypots, right? Isn't that wild? The revival is not huge, right? Here's another angle. How to fight like Charlie. Oh man, I guess this is another one. This is a different space, but also very small. So white, yeah. I mean, this is one of the operative things of 𝗙PUSA is white. It is all white, deeply Christian. But yeah, isn't that wild to have how to fight like Charlie? When you think, because Charlie was such a dirty fighter. He was an absolutely dirty fighter. He totally operated on a maturity advantage. He was always arguing against people that had way less life experience. He was doing it in a public environment where the person he was fighting with was often getting heckled from the crowd. Okay. He had a large group of supporters that used to go there and emotionally strong arm people and, would boo and hiss. And then, of course, whenever someone got the upper hand, he would fight dirty. He would get all judgy or use those tropes about women, to tell them to calm down and start doing that emotional negging shit. Very lowbrow, It feels like he died 10 years ago. I know, doesn't it? Isn't it crazy to think that it's literally only been 6 months, guys? Isn't that wild? The level of chaos we have experienced in the last 6 months is insane. But yeah, dude, so that is Erika Kirk's boyfriend right before Charlie, who's sliding in he literally slid into the Charlie slot right after this shit went down. Isn't that insane? Is that insane or is that insane? That she's lying about her boyfriends, and then the boyfriend she has that was Charlie's friend, after Charlie is gone, this guy just slides right in there. Dude, she is pathological, but she took the shit off her LinkedIn. Okay? So after these guys investigated her, after Candace Owens did the Bride of Charlie, after they started looking at her college dates, after they started looking at ASU's commencement to find out she was lying, she went back and changed her LinkedIn. And that was within the last week. So Erika Kirk is now secretly reacting to these people uncovering her lies.